Oh,
Don't tell me what to do.
you're not my real dad. Oh yeah, there's no music going. Music.
That's not what your mom said.
Hey, I actually got a loving text from my mother today.
Aw.
Yeah, I told her to.
Shut up. Ruining everything. But I told her I was going to the dispensary, and then she didn't really understand why. And then I talked about like how she's been super healthy like my entire life. And then I explained to her why I like going to the dispensary and why I like eating edibles. And then like after the conversation was over, she sent me a text. She's like, "You know what, son? I'm really proud of you. I love you." I was like, "You're crying."
Aw.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's always nice when you make Mama Bear proud.
Yeah. Especially when it
I'm
comes
glad
to
you
your,
clarified that you eat edibles and didn't use them as suppositories.
It might
Oh my
work.
God. What did... We lost our
What happened?
Okay.
What? Oh, this guy.
Oh no. I don't like that.
Swee swash swoom. Hit him, Jartan.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Bin Podcast. My name is Short, and I'm joined by Mikey, Brenna, and Cortez, and an invisible Wayne, which is very pleasant, I have to say. It's Thursday, children, and welcome back. It's been a long week. I don't care what you've been doing, so I'm not even going to ask. But we do have a guest. Shut up. We do have a guest. Dan.
Hello.
Oh,
Welcome to the Bin. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Well, great now.
Yeah. After some technical glitches and whatever, we're ready to go. I'm excited.
oh my
Good. Tell us
goodness.
a bit about yourself, dude.
Yeah. So I am good friends with Wayne. Good friends with Wayne. We met through just random connection at a Muse concert in London a couple years ago, and just clicked right off the bat. And I've been living and working in Nashville, Tennessee for the last 3 years as a musician.
Awesome.
Working, making my way through the scene and grinding it out. And also just recently put out my first self-published poetry book entitled Rebirth, which is available on Amazon. Shameless plug.
No. That's what we do.
No, I'm gonna.
No shame.
Give me
We
the
need to get the
title.
link.
Yeah, and I'll get the
Yeah.
title in the chat for you.
Yeah, Rebirth.
Okay.
Yeah, and so just been busy with that, and keeping my head down when
Plug away.
in COVID times. What's up?
Oh, here we go. So Wayne, if you're going to interrupt, make sure it's good because you're so delayed that it takes a second for everyone else to hear the interruption.
But yeah, so everything is been going good, all things considered, with COVID times and whatnot.
So Dan, like when we met back in 2 years ago,
Yeah.
Math is hard.
I wasn't trying to interrupt.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Are you not talking, or are we just losing you, Wayne? I can't tell right now.
Okay, we lost Wayne.
I think we lost Wayne.
We lost Wayne.
So so you guys met at the Muse concert? Like
Yeah. We met. It was my first time going abroad. And I went. So I did a solo trip through Scotland for a couple weeks, and then was in Liverpool for a few days, and London for about 5 days. And my last day in London.
I'm concerned about the delay because I don't know how long the delay is.
It's pretty long.
Here's how we test this. All right, Wayne. As soon as I'm done saying this sentence, say your name. Oh, that's staggering.
Oh, we can't do that.
Oh boy.
Oof.
Ooh, buddy. Oh, it's almost comical now. I kind of want to see how long it is. It's like we're
It's
at like,
over 30 seconds, dude.
you might as well just be watching the live feed. That's only 8 seconds.
Oh man.
Oh, poor Wayne.
40.
Wayne.
Oh my god.
42
Wow.
seconds. It's 42 fucking seconds.
Wow.
Boy, oh boy.
The delay is 42 seconds. Wayne, you
Well, how
know.
about I just put a little statement in and then step right back out and let you guys handle it from there.
All right. Oh, he won't hear that for another fucking 2 minutes. Why the fuck did I? It's like communicating with somebody on another planet. It's like you send a message, turn left, and then you have to wait 45 minutes for the message to get there. They have to receive it, and then it's 45 minutes to get back. So we're talking about, boy. Let me get this in the chat though. I did find it on Amazon. It's $14.99, so not
Reasonably priced.
yeah. And since I know only so few people who have things published in Amazon, do you see like any of that, or is it all just eaten up by them printing the book and doing all that stuff? Does that help you to do that, or is there a better way of, like, if I want to help somebody who's writing, is buying the book the best way, or is there another route that I should take?
I would say definitely buying the book is the best way, because I do see there is a decent amount of royalties, actually, surprisingly so, that I would get from sales through Amazon. They do take away some of it, obviously, for like the printing and like the distribution cost and like marketing and stuff. But as like my first time completely novice to like the self-publishing and world and writing a book and everything, I would say, and also not having like my own website or any like social media as like an artist page, it is I do get some type of a royalty kickback, which is nice. And I would recommend first-time self-publishing artists to look at your options, but definitely look at Amazon. It's called KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. That's their self-publishing arm, and to look at that as an option. I know Barnes and Nobles has a good option too, and there's a couple other ones like through Apple Books and stuff. But Amazon, just like, it made the most sense too regionally, like living in the U.S., because everybody uses Amazon. So it's like,
I did not get 3 Amazon packages this morning. How dare you?
Yeah,
How dare you even
exactly.
insinuate that there was 3 boxes when I woke up today?
Right. And like for better or worse, everybody uses Amazon. And so like I definitely, like, you know, I have certain feelings about using them, but at the same time, like I think they've worked well with me so far. So it's been,
necessary evil.
there you go. Yep.
Cool.
All right. Cool. So, well, anyways, welcome to the bin. We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
We do usually start our show with a little game that I call "What Are We Drinking?"
Oh shit! I got my drink.
60 episodes.
Wow. I thought we knew what we were doing, Mikey.
So yeah, that went well. Let's start with Brenna. Brenna, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking some sparkling water. This is strawberry flavored, and it's quite delicious.
Good. Dan, what are you having, my good friend?
I've got straight up water out of my hydro flask. That's super boring.
Having your own hydro flask is very dad core.
That's 100%. I'm a dad without kids. I already know it.
It's very dad core. It's like you just need, you know, those pans with like the patches on, and yes,
Yep.
Good you got. Cortez, my man, what's in your cup tonight? Well, today for you, anyways.
Classic American cola beverage with ice.
I actually couldn't find anything to drink, Shartan, but I did find this bag I got from the dispensary.
Oh no. This can't be good.
Well, let's see here. We got the credible edible Incredibles, a strawberry crunch bar. That got that one.
Okay.
Oh, the key lime pie crunch bar, white chocolate. That's a classic. Ooh, and summer peach cannabis infused gummy. Delish.
So they have like summer flavors and stuff, like seasonal stuff.
Oh, look at I feel like I'm on the beach, man. It's great. Got a little setting sun.
Yeah, no, as we talked about, because I'm scared of needles, I've never tried Morello. Oh, I would know what you're on about.
Petrified.
I'm petrified.
They frighten me.
Yeah. And me, I'm having tea.
Yeah, just make sure you blow into the wine so that people think it's real coffee.
Maybe.
Just blow into the wine.
It's not wine.
Sure, it's not.
It's beer.
Hey, that's a cool mug you got there. Who's on that mug?
I don't know. Let's see. Anybody recognize these two?
Friends of the show.
Look at how cute they are.
Jesse and Brittany, friends of the show, from the I Dated with Dollamore podcast.
Nope. Nope.
That's not
I
the name
Doubt
of the
It
show.
podcast. I doubt it. They changed it to include Brittany E. Page. Sorry.
Excuse me.
Correction.
Didn't you get your new
Yeah.
stickers?
Nope.
Oh, I did.
I even rejoined their Patreon.
Well, I would send you some of mine, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
So, interview time. You're a musician. What do you play?
No, I wanted. You were supposed to ask me about my week first.
All right, fine.
No. Like
No one cares about Dan's musicianship. What did you do this
He's
week,
only the
Jartan?
guest.
I don't matter.
He's only here this week. So.
No, he's here this week to hear what Jartan did last week. That's the only reason he's here.
This week.
That's what Wayne specifically told me to be here for.
He's like, I know this Norwegian guy. He's gonna ask you about your week.
On all our invitations, like RSVP. Are you willing to listen to a crazy Norwegian talk about shit for 20 minutes?
Yes, 100%. Yes.
And what vehicle he destroyed this week?
So the obvious question is, what vehicle did you destroy this week?
So, to tell this story, we will have to. Oh, sorry, wrong. We have to get the right picture. So, there we go.
And also, hello, Manya. What's up, Q or K? What's up, Simply Secular Dave? And hey, Tim Bristol. How y'all doing?
So I was invited for Easter to celebrate Easter with friends of the show, Emma and Dr. Emma and Drew. And let's say it went a bit so and so. So on my way up, I received this picture. We're ready for you. That's my snowmobile. It was very beautiful up there. Really nice, fantastic.
Is that? I have a question. Is that like a frozen lake, or is that just a field?
Yep. No, that's a frozen lake.
Oh wow.
Oh, you can open up on there.
Yeah.
No trees to hit.
You really can't, because the friction makes your mats go awry. Anyways, they melt, and then they break.
The mats. Is that the tread? The little tank tread?
The track.
The track. Okay. Hey, what's up, Blue?
So as you know, Emma and Drew bought a snowmobile as well. So then the first day I was there, that we were gonna go out and I came around a corner and I found this.
Ooh.
Wow.
So that is basically Drew botching it while the kids were sitting in that little
Oh no.
trolley back there.
Oh.
And he got it pretty far down. Let's see. I think I had another picture of it. No. There you go.
I think he wrecked it, and he's just trying to use Drew as a scapegoat, and it was very convenient that Drew was
No,
there.
I was not the one who wrecked it. Actually, Drew did it. But we got it out of this hole. And then I told Drew, hey, go down. You see that little field in front of him there?
Mm-hmm.
I told him, go down there, turn around, and then come back to get your, the sled that you pulled behind it. He went down there, and then this happened.
Oh.
So it was stuck again.
What is that, a polar cat?
It's an Arctic cat.
Arctic cat.
No, I actually have a video of when I got it up the first time. So basically,
Oh,
this is what it looks like.
Tons of mice, get them. Got to be careful with your speech.
What?
Show me the video. I'll show you the video the first time I got it up. Oh, tons of mice is going to get that one.
Oh, you're funny.
I'll get it.
All right.
Don't worry, Tons. I got you.
So this is how it looked like when you try to get a snowmobile out of the snow.
Oh my god. Yeah. Woo!
Yeah. So as you can see, we got it out of the snow, and it got stuck again. And then the throttle wire went to shit.
The what?
The throttle wire. You know, you have a thumb throttle on a sled.
I gotcha.
And the wire that connects that to the engine went. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm taking the wire off, and this took quite some time. And I had to drive 670 kilometers, which is about 400 miles to get a new one. Yes, that was fun.
I don't know that we should have BinCon anymore, because if Jartan's going to be there and there's going to be any kind of motor vehicles to like get there, or heaven forbid we have to go from like one place to another place, I can't.
He's not driving.
So basically, what you see here is me dismantling their entire snowmobile to get to the throttle wire and change that out. But we did get it out. There it is, all fixed and all was good. And then we were going back, and of course that went well as well.
What was the temperature?
It was only a couple of degrees below freezing. So this is on our way back.
Oh. Whoop.
And then I got stuck.
Oh.
A few times.
So this is fun for you guys.
Yes.
No, this is a mode of transportation.
But I mean, what are you gonna do with the frozen lake? There's nothing to do there. Just stay your ass at home, go on Netflix.
Isn't there moose or something there?
Yeah, just ride them.
There's
and
even less breakdowns.
I actually got a very good film of a moose while we were there. That was just running around the cabin.
Oh, that's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying.
So
I have an unhealthy fear of meese.
So this is basically me trying to get my sled out.
Look at this moose.
Wow.
This is a great video.
Yeah, well, give me a second. There you go.
Is that moving? Sounds like a moose.
The mating call of the North Atlantic meese.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god. You got it.
All
And
that
it's
for like,
I don't. That looks like so much not fun.
it is so fun. It is so fun.
Like if it takes me, like how long did it take you to like
Did he fix his internet?
No.
Poor Wayne.
So yeah, but the last picture I'm going to show you because it was amazing up there. It's such a nice place. Let's see. I know I'm not sharing screen anymore. Sorry.
Brenna and Kristen, your
This is the
girlfriend Jenna
sunset
is here.
scene from. This is the sunset scene from the cabin.
That's beautiful.
The mountains you see in the back there are actually Norway.
Hmm.
And it was fantastic. And for the last slideshow, yeah, well, that went well as well. Here you have Emma and Drew's kids having a bowl, and here's the gang.
How long is my delay?
We don't know.
We don't know. When you hear this, say your name.
See, this is what. See, everybody. These are the effects of Brexit that they don't tell you about. This is what happens when you leave the European Union. The internet
loss
goes.
of food, the loss of jobs. No, it's the internet that goes.
Yeah.
They always take the internet first.
Severe throttling of the internet.
No. Now there's only one internet.
A single net.
A single net. Between the lot of them.
It's got the timer going. So anyway, now that we've regaled Mr. Shartan on his stories of his frozen northedness, Dan, you're a musician. What do you do in the band? What do you play? What's your band? Give us a little rundown on that, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. So the main instrument is drums. I've been doing that for probably 15 years now or so.
Awesome.
Yeah. I play a little guitar too, but I never played guitar out live. I use it more as like a means to, yeah, exactly, a writing tool, and a little bit of vocals too. I've sang in a couple different groups, but it was more just like co-leads. I was never doing like straight up like frontman kind of stuff. But yeah, mainly drums, and doing a lot of like before COVID, I was doing a lot of gigging down on it's called Broadway, which is like Nashville's like touristy strip, basically. So I was in a covers group playing down there about anywhere from 2 to sometimes 4 nights a week, but that was kind of rare because I was working a full-time job as well.
Wait. Was it like a themed cover band?
No.
I wish.
Man. Maybe in the future. But no, it was just like doing straight up like a lot of rock covers with like some pop and of course some country, since we're in Nashville. You have to do some country for the kiddies. And so, and then I was playing drums also for an original artist. But his name's Eric Perrian. He's a really, really good singer-songwriter. And I was playing drums for his band called Just Saints. And we were doing that. I had only played in his group for a couple months though, and then COVID kicked off and just kind of killed everything. But yeah, looking to get back out there. And this as things continue to hopefully progress with loosening restrictions and more people getting vaccinated and stuff just kind of naturally opening back up again. Hopefully sometime in the summer, fall, looking at.
Yeah.
Somebody's blowing up.
That better be the wanker.
Yeah, it is the wanker. But I hung up on him so he can call you instead.
Wanker.
Call me. What's he calling me?
Okay. All right, I'll do it. I'll call him back.
Check the side chat, Mikey.
No. I got it. I can do it.
Oh,
All right.
tell him to call you on Discord and then share your screen of Discord.
Yeah, no, I got it here.
Cool.
You
Not
there,
sure.
dude?
Technical issues.
This has been. I mean, I'm so glad we named the episode what we did.
What's the name?
What could go wrong?
Everything.
I'm bringing bad juju into the bin. I'm sorry.
No,
no.
no. This is all Wayne's fault, and since he's not here to,
Since he's not here to defend himself.
yeah, he makes a perfect scapegoat. Like,
Just yeah. Everyone just take pot shots at Wayne now.
I woke up this morning and I'm walking down the stairs and I stubbed my toe on some molding. That's Wayne's fault. He did that.
It's Wayne's fault that I had to get the COVID shot today.
It is.
Thanks, Wayne. Thanks, Lord Wanker.
It's Wayne's fault that my allergies are so horrible right now. That's
Yeah.
Wayne's fault.
I can't breathe outside because of all the stuff that grows there. And then I have two cats on the inside the house that I'm allergic to. So I have strong meds that I have to take every day.
And it's
for the
all
rest of my
Wayne's
life.
fault.
And if it weren't for Wayne, I wouldn't have to do that.
I mean, it's so bad. It's Wayne's fault that it's gloomy and raining here today.
It was supposed to be sunny, but then Wayne happened.
Well, did it wank outside of Essex?
Gross. Just gross. You're gross. He's gross. That's gross. Just gross.
Wow.
Bunch of grossies. Jartan, have you ever played an instrument?
No, never.
Those guitars in the background are just
one.
those are for show.
Those are decorative guitars.
Yeah.
Decorative.
Collectibles.
Even
They're like
You don't touch them.
even better.
Aesthetically pleasing.
Even
They just
better.
worth something.
Even better. They're not even really there. It's part of his green screen.
I'm on a soundstage in Florida for some reason.
He's in the same
Better than
studio they
Rocket to
shot.
the Moon.
He's on the same studio they shot The Matrix.
And the moon landing.
And the moon landing, actually. Yeah, all right, cool.
Coincidence?
Wayne's
I don't
in the
believe in
wrong-
coincidence.
All right, okay. Wayne's in the wrong. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Let's see if we can get.
sounds about right.
Yeah. All right. I have to get headphones
Can
on.
you?
or
Can
the-
you?
I like how you gave Dan Russell Wayne's spot up there.
Yeah.
Figured it was
Yep.
only right.
The new
I
Wayne.
mean, his internet works at least.
The new and improved Wayne.
Well, I as the producer, I reserve that spot for people who like the Muse, and that's the Muse corner of the show. I keep everyone
Yeah.
in that box.
Well, you're in luck, my friend, right here.
Oh, there it is.
Oh no, breaking it out.
There
See,
you go.
we replaced Wayne, and I like it.
Version 2.0 and improved.
New and improved.
100% less wanker.
I think we're keeping this one.
If you care,
Wayne,
you go with Dan
Wayne,
Russell.
go away. Come
Oh, thank you,
Oh,
Tons.
dang.
No, he can just stay where he's at.
Oh, he's trying to get it set up. So we give Wayne tons of shit for his absolute obsession with that band. Absolute obsession. Are you equally as nutso crazy? Or
No.
you're just
No.
like oh, I really want to go abroad and see a really good show.
We gave Wayne his own term. He's a muse sexual.
Sexual. I like that. No, I'm not as big of a fanboy as he is, though I am a a fanboy, definitely. I love Muse. I love their music. It's very influential to me in my own playing too. But no, I don't have the full Muse
Sleeve.
sleeve and everything.
on.
But I think it's sweet though. Like, I mean, if there's a band to geek out on, like, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's not like he.
I just like that video with the robots.
Yeah,
Was
and,
that Uprising?
Yes.
Yeah.
and it's not like he got like a Nickelback sleeve, because then
Yeah.
there would be no saving him at that point.
Well,
Very, very War of the Worlds like.
I mean, if he had that, I wouldn't be on this podcast right now.
Neither would
I don't
he.
think
Neither would
on this
he.
podcast.
Yeah.
Look at this photograph.
Yeah. I like how there's just a floating head on Jupiter now.
My shirt is green,
And
and
arms.
I was like, oh, I'll just wear a hoodie over the top of it. I am very warm. That that is not
It
happening.
happens.
Well, when Brenda's around,
Aw.
these things do happen. There she is. There she is. Had to
Sorry, I'm admiring myself.
Last week, I look good, y'all.
Oh, you know what? And this is one of my favorite. Like, I usually do this when I'm like training people at work, and I have to like hang out with them for several hours, and I don't want it to be awkward. One of my favorite questions to ask people is, I'm gonna let you have use of my time machine. You get to go to any concert ever. Which one are you going to?
Ooh, that's really tough.
Here, I'll make it easier for you. Brenna, you go first.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that's frightening. I don't know. I don't know. Come back to me.
I think I've got mine.
I just have to think about this for a second.
I would my ride or die band is Foo Fighters. That's my number one. So I would probably go. I would see their Wembley show in like 2007. I think that's what I would go to see.
Okay.
Either that or that or I would definitely like have to see Led Zeppelin at some point.
That's what I'm saying. Like, can you pass up the Zepp?
Right. Exactly. Or like Nirvana at Reading. I don't know.
Like Ozzy in the 80s? That was probably a kick-ass show.
The one where specifically where he bit the head off the bat. He has to be COVID proof. Like there's no way.
Wuhan my ass. Get the fuck out of here. And get that marijuana needle away from me. Oh god, I'm gonna change the name of the episode to Marijuana Needles.
That'll be good. So when I share it to my family, they'll love it.
Oh yeah, don't share this with your family because we curse incessantly. We've lost a lot of sponsorships over that. Brenna, it looks like you got your answer. What you got? What you got for me?
I think I want to go back to my first concert that I went to, which was Bare Naked Ladies in Irvine.
Ooh.
I unfortunately it was my first concert that I went to, and I had to go to the optometrist before that, so my eyes were dilated, and I was like 12. And so I'm standing there surrounded by all these like older guys, and my eyes were dilated, so it looked like I was completely stoned, but I was this kid. So I would go back and actually enjoy seeing them clearly, and especially back with when Steve Page was there, instead of being kicked out. So that's what I would do. I love Bare Naked Ladies.
Who doesn't?
They're fantastic.
I mean, I don't, but no, that's a good shout. And especially, I think, especially now, and Dan, you can speak on this. A lot of bands are doing like full album shows, and now since COVID, I've watched. I don't know if anybody remembers The Starting Line, which was my favorite band in high school.
I remember them. Was it Best of Me? Wasn't that their big one?
Yeah, Dan is my homie for life. Yeah, they did. I think it was maybe like 2 months ago. It was like $15, and they were just in like a production studio, and they played all of Say It Like You Mean It, and like they had 3 different shows, and they performed 3 full albums, and it was about an hour or whatever it was, and they just played the whole thing, and you got to, and they had just but they just had like cameras set up in there, so it's
yeah. I saw bands doing that quite a bit. Like I think I was bummed I missed it. I know. Did you ever get into Bayside at all? That group?
Yes, I have their fucking didn't they have the it was like a yellow snare drum or something with like a white background? on their CD. I can't remember if that was them.
Oh, on the actual CD.
On the because I remember going to Best Buy and they were out of something. I was like, give these guys a shot, and I was like, these guys are awesome.
Yeah, they did. It was like the 10th anniversary of their album Killing Time, so they did that one front to back. But I was bummed I missed that one. But I've seen a couple others. Like I'm a big like Biffy Clyro fan too, so I was like listening. They did like some like live stream kind of at the beginning or like onset of COVID that was pretty sweet. And so just having to that you do what you got to do, as a musician during these times.
Because I know for a lot of musicians, like they make the album and that's fine, especially for bands. They make the album, that's fine. They make some money off that, but the majority of their income is from touring.
Exactly.
It's from ticket sales and T-shirts and sweaters and hats and stickers.
Merchandise.
Yeah, that merch is what like feeds you. Like the record contract kind of pays for your instruments. But all the rest of it you gotta earn on.
Do I get to use your time machine too?
Yeah, hit it.
I'm going back to Bob Marley and the Wailers' "Smile for Jamaica." I believe it was 1978, or was it 73? It was either 78 or 73. But that concert was the concert where he had just survived the assassination attempt on his life, where him and his wife got shot in the head. And he went on stage after being shot and sang "Ambush in the Night" for the first time because he wrote it the night beforehand after getting shot.
Wow.
I would love to be at that concert.
That would have been amazing.
I mean, you guys have provided some very strong answers, but I have the best answer.
There's no answer better than Bob Marley and the Wailers after that.
Michael Jackson, the summer that Thriller came out.
I mean, I can vibe with that, but it doesn't have the gravity.
There was pyrotechnics,
but he didn't survive it. He wasn't on stage with 2 bullets in his body. You know what I'm saying?
He had 3rd-degree burns on his scalp from a Pepsi commercial.
That's because he had a Jerry curl. You see, we don't do that no more.
Now that Jerry juice is highly flammable.
His soul was definitely trying to glow at that point.
No. Come on. Spinal Tap blew up their drummer. Like, you can't beat that.
True.
Well, I mean, you could have been at the concert when Dimebag Darrell got shot too. That was very, 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 very pivotal.
That's gnarly
in music. There's a lot of good concerts, man. A lot of good concerts from the past. Like even the first Woodstock would have been excellent for everybody.
Usually everybody cheats and they say Woodstock. So then I make them pick a day, and then I make them pick a band to miss.
Oh,
see, that's the problem. Nobody wants to miss any.
Yeah,
of that.
So they'll say Woodstock. I'm like, okay, so you just picked 55,000 bands.
Yes, everyone and their mother played at Woodstock.
Dude,
everybody.
no. Woodstock 1969 was not like a lot of bands. It was one stage for 4 days. You could see every band.
That was no, that's cheating. You can't have a 3-day concert be your answer to the question. That betrays the spirit of the question. You're supposed to choose
4 days.
And it wasn't supposed to be free. It was only because people tore down the fences and ran in there like, oh fuck. Well, we can't ask 500,000 people just fuck off. Let's just have at it. It's free now.
Or another great answer I've heard is Live Aid.
Live Aid, like specifically Queen, like their show.
Wow.
I was gonna say too, like Monsters of Rock in Moscow. There was like 1 million people.
What? Who
was like
that is true. That is true.
Like Metallica, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses.
Oh shit! They tried to break the earth.
Pantera.
Oh
yeah, it was nuts. Just like the one that everybody gravitates to is like the Metallica one, like the video or whatever of them playing there, and it's just
they were jerks.
Yeah,
but if I had to choose like one concert that I would really like wouldn't have missed if I was young back in the 60s, it would be Rolling Stones live at the Alderman, just to watch Hell's Angels beat the shit out of hippies.
Oof.
Yeah.
Like that would be a good time for me. I was just sitting on the grassy knoll going like, yeah.
No, that got out of control quick.
Speaking of grassy knolls, you know what? I'm not even gonna finish that statement.
No.
No,
and here's
that's
so I don't.
Moving on.
I haven't talked with everybody about this yet, but I've been thinking of having like for at least our audio segment of the show, having like some sort of like a recorded voice intro thing. There's this little thing called Cameo, and we can afford it. Get Lupe Fiasco record our intro. No one cares. All right. And on that
I
bombshell-
actually care because I got a personal.
I
message
don't know
from-
who that is.
I
Oh,
got a
there you go.
personal message from Mick Foley, and I absolutely enjoyed it. So I like Cameo now.
That's who you should have do your opening is Mick Foley.
I love Mick Foley. He is so cool. Like, so the person that got me the Cameo message paid for like a 1 minute message, right? Mick Foley wrote me like an 8 minute message.
Aw.
Like, I'm talking about this thing was long, bro. Like, I shed real human tears.
I
He's just a
screenshotted
genuine, like, yeah.
I screenshotted the shit out of your face because I'm gonna Photoshop that into the crying Jordan face as soon as I had the time. But I watched it and I was choking up. I was like, "This dude is awesome."
Mick Foley is the shit, man.
What a mensch! What an absolute.
I always
mensch.
liked him, and then like I miss going to like the conventions. That's one of the things that like COVID took from us as conventions, right?
Mhm.
Like I've been stuck here in this Middle Earth place that we live in. I'm not doxing myself today. And
Can you not dox me either, please? That would be great.
I'll think about it. I don't live down the street anymore, so they couldn't get us.
Stop.
So I missed that. Look, I've been stuck here, not being able to do any of my international football, so I haven't been able to play any teams from anywhere, and I haven't been able to travel or go to any of these conventions and meet these people because I think the common misconception is that celebrities are jerks, and that a lot of them are, but then a lot of them are like Mick Foley, where like they're just regular people, just got famous doing what they like to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like, yeah, I'm famous, but it's kind of like I'm not wanting to be famous for anything other than being who I am.
Okay.
You know, and I think that's kind of admirable because he's not the type of person where he's just like, oh, give me money. You know, he's like, oh, you gave me some money, so I'm gonna give you more than what you paid for. And that was really cool because he didn't have to do that at all.
Right.
We should have Dan on with my brother sometime. That would be fun.
Yeah, I should be
I'd
on that
love
show.
to.
I'd be on that show.
What?
Yeah, like after your weird reaction to my brother last time, I think that we're going to keep you out of it.
Me and him are buds. We're friends.
Ish.
Ish.
Unless
Yeah. Well,
he said something.
Mhm.
All right, Wayne, can
Let's
you hear
go.
everyone?
No, I can only hear you.
Can you hear them now?
No.
You guys say something.
I've got,
Something.
Oh,
Something.
Say.
Nope.
Okay, so he can't hear you guys. All right, go backstage.
that means we can still
That's
talk crazy about him. We can talk all types of crazy about him. He won't hear it.
no, he's
Oh, I
still in the
remember.
chat, dude. Like,
Wayne, why did you hang up? Damn it, Wayne.
You know, Wayne's not good with technology.
He might have. He
When's
might have
that?
rage quit at this point. I would have.
Wayne's not good at just answering a phone and staying on the line.
Wayne had a rotary phone until last year. You all know that already.
He has a rotary cell phone.
Really?
No.
no.
But he
Like what?
would.
No, because of Brexit, his
Yeah.
cell phone weighs
Right, now I can hear you.
tons and it runs on diesel. So it like has this like long cord for a diesel generator out back.
The technology just reverted.
The EU just turned the power off for the
Yeah.
whole
We-
country.
Yeah, we're like you guys.
Disconnect.
yeah, we're like the Bolsheviks over here now.
There we go.
Wayne, welcome.
Whatever it takes, I guess.
What a cry.
Squirt some tears. Volume, because you're kind of not the loudest. I think I can control your volume through Discord. This is such a mess. This is a mess.
That's
every
horrible.
technology in front of
Tons of
us,
mice just right.
nothing
The call is
works.
coming from inside the chat. The call is coming from inside the chat.
That's actually pretty
Oh
good.
my god.
I've got mics over here, pop shields over there.
Maybe
laptops
Wayne
there,
should do the
iPads
mid-roll.
every fucking where.
No, let's do that while Mike is figuring this out. Let's do a swoosh, 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 and let's do.
Yeah, you got this for me?
Tell the people. Yes, I got it.
Thank you.
Tell the people what they gotta do.
Here we go. No.
Okay. No, everybody else leave.
This is my part of the show.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Hi everybody. As you well know, we are doing the Bin Podcast, and there's one big way to support us. So first off, you are going to go to patreon.com/TheBinPodcast, and you're going to become a patron. If you are currently a patron, let's make sure everything is up to date. Your shipping address, your email address, everything needs to be up to date. I'm kind of upset because we still don't have any new patrons. So we definitely want to thank our current patrons for their ongoing support. And there's some other ways to help us. You can like us, you can subscribe to us, you can share our videos, you can, like right now, if you haven't already liked our current video, whether it's on YouTube or on Twitch and on Facebook, and just join in on the bin. We have some great supporters that are in the chat. Hey everybody.
Hey.
You can see me.
Would you like to know who's there? As opposed to reading all the people on Patreon, perhaps I'll just give you some of the long time chatters. The highlights of today's chatter. Kay Eris, Manya, Tim Bristol, Blue, that blue one, Jenna, who needs to stay away from my woman, with Brenna.
Ooh, who's that? No, we're not doing this.
Ease is here. What up, Ease? Hammer CPA. Doorknob Head, you crazy bastard. Tobin, what up? Wanye Maycare? Wanye. Never heard that name before. Wanye. Wayne Maker's in there.
That'll be me.
And tons of mice.
All right. As always.
Yes.
Yeah, and as you can see, we really need you to go to patreon.com/TheBinPodcast and put your pledges in so we can, get a cable from the real world over to an island in the Atlantic that nobody cares about anymore. So they have internet again.
Yeah, they need internet. They're wasting away.
Clearly they're struggling.
They are. There's something happening over there, and we are not aware of it because we have no way of knowing what the world is like.
That's what they do. That's what they do. The first thing you do is they cut off communication first. That's how they trap them in there and get them.
Mm-hmm.
You were about to say circulation, weren't you?
I don't know what I was trying to say, to tell you the truth.
No.
All of my THC must be kicking in.
I don't know what that is. I don't put stuff up my nose. But let's get back to that. So, your book. How did you come up with writing? It was poetry, right?
Yep.
How did you figure out, like, hey, I'm gonna do poetry?
Yeah. So I've always been pretty. Since high school, really I kept journals, writing different like short stories or poems, and I was always in and out of different bands. I was kind of either like a co-collaborator or the primary lyricist for lyrics in the original music. and so I guess it's just always been something that I've gravitated towards, like in terms of writing and putting stuff down, like emotions and different stuff down through writing, and trying to make sense of different things in that medium. So yeah.
Okay. And now, so it's self-published.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh, look at him.
Dun dun dun.
Who's that guy? Oh.
Sexual shock.
It's only now slightly delayed.
It's a lot less, I'll say that.
And this is an iPad I shouldn't be using. But
It's not like we're on the internet or anything, dude.
No,
Look at
edit
this
in,
one.
edit in post.
I'm using the iPad.
I will
Thank you,
testify.
Sienna, for allowing your dad to use his iPad.
Thanks,
or
baby
your
bear.
iPad. You are amazing and beautiful and wonderful.
And that's because I allowed her to get her ears pierced yesterday.
Oh.
Yep.
Seems like just yesterday she was drooling on when we were trying to sit down and look at it.
Yeah,
She's a big girl
now she's
now.
all grown up.
Oh.
So she should get a job and move out probably, like, what are you thinking, next week, week after?
Well,
As you can see, Dan, we are really
stuck
at this interview thing.
Hey, that's all right, man. I'm here for the ride. I'm enjoying it.
Sorry.
I was just waiting to see.
Dan. Now I'm finally here.
Yes, product.
Is it
In terms of work, I would say so. We went 3 seconds to like a 10-second delay, maybe.
Okay. The thing is, apparently today, I didn't do anything about it until so I came home, started doing my stuff for my job. I was like, I think it's for a show. Set my mind up, set my laptop up. Oh, the internet don't work at the minute. You're telling me that now? So I literally, and I'll notice. So everybody the internet is not great at the moment. So I'm here on full trade.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, Wayne, you're making my PC sweat right now. So, you have any great lead-in questions that we can spur a conversation off of with Mr. Dan?
Yeah. Dan, I want to know your little trip around Europe and the UK and everything. What inspired you just to do that? Because that's not anything I'm supposed to do. The gig we were at, you was on your top and love each other so well. It was like, don't click that. Under my fuck up. What inspired you to do that? And then like obviously to go and like set yourself up there and you're like a little creature thought.
Yeah. No, I guess I have an adventure spirit. I just wanted to, and I've always really wanted to see Scotland at a young age because like I've been in the country, and I have like my mom side of the family. There's a decent amount of Scottish heritage, like with her. Her maiden name being Macbeth is like if you go through the lineage, like there's some pretty like prevalent ties to I think it's Macbeth clan. So I was very fascinated by that. I just want to get a little among many with like I wanted to have more first taste. I started doing like so. No, I just really like really have these people joining at that time. And, like whatever, I'll just people because I'm pretty open, pretty easy to open to these games. Because I think that's a great part of living. I would say is
Well,
like yeah.
I got Wayne on the street. See you, guy. Trying to see, Wayne just had to break the whole internet today.
Yep.
Yeah, coming next week, like we have to do fucking Sendcast theory because then we wouldn't have this issue at all.
We'll talk after this. So when he says like you got like this adventurous spirit or whatever, I love writing and making stuff, but I also find the need to have at least one collaborator. Like I need somebody to
Mhm.
bounce ideas off of, or else I feel like I'm just spinning my tires. Do you
Right.
feel something similar, or can you just like get it cranking by yourself, or is having other people essential for your projects?
I would say it's very project dependent. When it comes to like, for example, for my book, a lot of that is like personal experience kind of stuff. So I consulted like for example, like I worked with my mom who was an English teacher for a ton of years on like just like grammatical stuff and also just like some of the structuring
Mhm.
of the poems. And then I worked with a guy, great guy named Griffin J. Elliott, who was living down in Nashville at the time, and he had actually put out his own self-published work prior to me through Amazon as well. So it was good to like he was like a friend of a friend. I met him through a really close buddy of mine down here, and they're both like TMs, like tour managers for different bands.
Cool.
And so that's how I kind of like cross paths with him. And he's a great poet too, really good poet. And he helped me a lot with the formatting and some of the different like how to kind of formatting of the different poems too, because I was so meat and potatoes in the beginning with it, where it was just like left to right, just like straight down, like it almost read like kind of like a list, and I was like, let's make this a little more poetic, for lack of a better term, I guess, like
Right.
make this a little more aesthetically pleasing, because I know with poetry, like you can screw with the margins a lot and kind of mess around with some of the different stuff to make it jump out more for people. Um, but yeah. So I would say collaboration wise with music, I tend to gravitate a lot more to collaborating with somebody else. It's a lot harder for me to do something solo musically, just because I think with music, um, that human connection is so important, because you kind of bounce off of each other, and like there's that fifth element in the room, I guess, that's kind of hard to like explain, I guess, but it's just kind of that feeling of like when you're um, writing a song or putting something out that like and it's with somebody else that like is kind of on like a similar like wavelength with you,
Yep.
like that it just feels good, I guess, for lack of a better definition. It's like, okay, well, it makes it a lot easier, the writing process and collaborating.
I can totally attest to that. And one of my longest friends on earth, um, we started a band like right after high school. We literally were just competing with each other. But after like I write a song, he writes a song. I write a song, he writes a song. And then at the end of it, both of us are writing songs that sound like the other person. So we had like so tried to encapsulate the other person, try to outshine them and outdo them, that we ended up writing in each other's sounds like, hey, that's an hour song.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, we got something
That's
here.
like it's fun. It's come full circle, basically.
Right, right.
Uh-huh.
I
I
have to
can't.
say,
Yeah,
no,
go ahead.
sorry, but yeah, but one of my favorite things about being in a band is how you can like take every one in the band's their strength, and then you write a song at your house, but you let the drummer do his thing. You don't dictate what he does. He does the thing that he hears, the thing that he has. The bass player does the same thing, and all of a sudden, the song that you wrote in your house sounds like something completely different, but everybody brings like their own preferences, their own way of playing into that, and that's one of the like working with a lot of the musicians. It's one of my favorite things
Hmm.
is that something can sound so different. And one of the musicians that I respect the most, one of the most fantastic guitarists alive today, Tom
Me.
Morello.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
me.
Everything he does sounds like Tom Morello, but he does it with so much respect for the original. Uh, Case in point, when he played with Bruce Springsteen,
Yeah.
right? When he played with the E Street Band, it was so clear that this was Tom Morello doing this thing. You knew that this is the guitarist from Audio Slave and Rage Against the Machine. You just instantly knew. But at the same
And
time,
Soundgarden.
and no, he did not play in Soundgarden. You absolute pillock.
He didn't?
No,
Ew.
that was Kim Thale.
Yeah,
Vile
dude.
Thale.
What the fuck?
How bad? Damn.
He's-
Whoops.
no, he did play with Chris Cornell in Audio Slave, but he did not play in Soundgarden.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, but-
Okay, my bad. That was the link that I fucked up. My bad.
Yeah. No, but when he played with the E Street Band, he did not try to emulate what has been done before. He did his thing, but still with a lot of respect for the original, and it just came out like beautiful. It was beautiful. You got to hear a new element, a new version of songs that you've heard so many times before. It was just fantastic, and that one of the things that makes Tom Morello great is that he's able to do all of these different things but still keep that Tom Morello way of playing and his sound through it and put his flair on it without it being all consuming.
Right. And to go back to like a previous point when we were talking about like artists or famous people who are just genuinely good people, like it was right before I moved to Nashville. I had the privilege to get to meet Tom and like talk to him and talk to him for a really long time. And he was just so humble and so nice, and it was really cool too, because it was at just the most random party. And like he was there because I think he had played at some like festival in the city earlier because he was doing his night watchman stuff. And a buddy and I was with a group of friends, and like we just ended up at this part. Like we went down to this area of town, and it was like a lot of stuff was closed off kind of early. So we're like, what the hell? Like I thought this was, I mean, I thought people would be like, it was like a Saturday night too. It's like, what's going on here? So we got in an Uber. We're like, all right, we told the driver, it's like, just take us somewhere fun, I guess, wherever, and like, which could lead to so many bad scenarios.
Yeah. Why don't we go back to the garage?
Right, exactly. But I think it's because a part of it too is like, he probably was just like blowing us off, but a part of it too is like one of the buddies in the group, like, could speak Arabic, and the driver was Arabic, so they kind of hit it off a little bit. And so he took us to like this cool spot in town. And there was just this after party for like that festival or whatever. And sure enough, Tom Morello's there.
No shit.
And we just started hitting it off, talking about just geeking on music and everything. And he was just so humble and so nice. And the cherry on top was like, as the party was winding down, we were still like kind of on, cloud nine. It's like, oh my God, look, Tom Morello's here. All these people like fuck it. And then it got really random too, because fucking like Andrew Zimmer that was there, like the bizarre
what?
guy.
What
Like,
what is life? What is life?
Like, okay, sweet. I should have asked him if he had any like weird food on him or anything.
Got some Cobra's penis that I keep in my pocket at all times.
Here, you want to taste? But no, it was like as the party was winding down and like people were heading out and stuff, Tom Morello, like, he had no reason to do this whatsoever, but he made a point to like come back and like wish us luck, like with everything, and like tell us like to keep going and stuff. And that was really, I still hold on to that to this day. Like, it was very inspiring. And it's like, he didn't have to do that, but he wanted to, because he loves music, and he like wants to continue to pass the torch, I guess, and like continue to inspire people.
So Dan, you seem to be like of the same age group as all of us. And sorry for all of you non-musically inclined people. I know this is probably very boring. Oh, Brenna, you love music. Get out of here. You should hear her, like, usually before the show, I'll play a couple tracks to get us like in the vibe and get us in the mood. Brenna is going off. Her dance moves in a seated position, unparalleled. Y'all not
I
fucking
can't play an instrument. I can't sing. I can't do anything with music whatsoever.
But you're an enjoyer. You're a listener.
I have so many good musicians surrounding me, so it's really fun to listen to guitar players and trumpet players and piano players. So I do
Mhm.
appreciate I appreciate people who have that kind of skill because I do not.
And what you're saying, Dan, kind of goes directly with what I was going to like bring up next, which was Tom Morello's masterclass, and the fact that he is so open and willing to share so much with people.
Mhm.
I have a theory. He doesn't want to listen to bad music for the rest of his life.
That could very well be the case.
Because I mean,
We
go ahead.
no. Go ahead. You finish. I have one more. I have one request from the chat
Okay.
later.
It's because the more and more I listen to shit, the olderier I become, and like the more curmudgeon I get about things. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, they're not even fucking trying. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, look, your fucking second guitar's out of tune. You don't hear that? And I just get like super nitpicky, and I've become snobby in my early 30s, mid 30s now. I always want to help young musicians at this point because I'm like, heaven forbid these little assholes become famous and they can't stop doing the four bar fucking structure for everything. 4-bar intro, 4-bar pre-chorus, 4-bar. That's like I have to mentor them so that I don't have to listen to suck on the radio for the rest of my life.
Right.
Go ahead, Justin.
And before we go to the request from the chat, is that one of the greatest bands of all times, the Beatles, had 28 number one Billboard hits.
Fucking hell.
28. Do you know how many of these songs, of the 28 number one Billboard hits that they had, followed the four chord progression?
The E, G minor, C shit? Or
Yep.
G minor,
You know,
AC?
the one that every pop song that has been released for like the last 10 years follows. You know, the Jason Mraz, Bubbly, all of that stuff.
I'm gonna
How many of the 28 number one Billboard hits that Beatles had follows the four chord progression?
29. No, I'm just kidding.
probably like maybe 2 is my guess.
Probably none.
One.
Just
Just
one.
one.
Let
Okay.
it be.
Yeah.
That's the only number one Billboard number one hits that Beatles had. That's follow that progression. And listen to pop music today. You can play those four chords. G, C, A minor, D, right? And play basically every song that's out there. Like what they call again? That's axis of insanity or axis of they have this like viral YouTube clip of the four chord song.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Awesome.
I like where
axis
this is going.
Yeah.
So I have a question, Jartan. After you get done.
Yeah. So, what if we started making music like the Beatles, the Stones, Led Zeppelin, Jefferson Airplane, Grateful Dead? Again, that doesn't follow that.
We'd make no money.
Because some executive somewhere has decided that this is how a pop song's supposed to sound like, and then every pop song that we've heard for the last 15 years, Shallow by Lady Gaga, Jason Mraz, I'm Yours, all of these songs just follow that chord progression, and because that's how a pop song is supposed to sound.
Yep.
But what if we stop dumbing down our audience and actually give them good music?
Yeah.
What will happen then?
I mean, that album did really good when they brought out good music.
That's a Kanye
that
joke.
reminds
Y'all
me.
didn't get it. It's all right. Go ahead.
That reminds me of my next question to Jartan. So Jartan, you know who was number one for the most Billboard hits, but who was very, very fastly catching them?
I have no idea.
Drake.
Okay.
The Beatles have, so overall Drake has the most top tens, which is 40. and the Beatles have 34, the Beatles will never make another album. But number one's the Beatles.
Uh,
The Beatles overcame Drake. Well, obviously the Beatles were always on top with the most number ones, but Drake is coming up. He's only got like 7. He needs 7 more to tie the Beatles. He needs 8 to pass them.
Yeah, I think that it's. I think that we are dumbing down the audience. I think that people long for something else, something different, but we also have to think about the fact that with the diversity in music and styles and all that we have now, it's a lot different, right?
It's a lot more difficult.
Yeah, like back in the beginning of the 60s, basically you had 2 styles. You were even a square or a hippie. That was basically, you know, you followed convention or you were a hippie. You kind of had those 2 choices. Now you have, you know, so many subcategories of everything. It's like goth, hardcore, dadcore, I don't know, hipster.
Emo punk, all that.
Yeah,
So,
it's like
can I push back on one thing you said? And
Yeah.
it's and Dan, feel free to weigh in on this. I don't
Okay.
know that it's the audience is being dumbed down. I think I think people in earlier generations were lucky to not have. I mean, you know, I'll even take that back. There were bad bands in the Zeppelin era.
Yep.
Not everybody was Deep Purple. There was a bunch of trash out there then, but
Deep Purple's a lot later, but okay. Yeah.
How do you
well,
think about Anvil?
I'm just saying that there's like as long as there's been good bands, there's been bad bands as well. According to what we think is good and bad, you know, objectively good, objectively bad. Like there's
People
been
like Anvil. I
been,
don't.
there's always been crappy bands out there. I think people are just they have more access to more music, and that access kind of inflates what is and what isn't good. But I don't know that those 2 things kind of correlate because I wouldn't say that there's less good bands because there's tons of guys making shit like that's dropping tomorrow with, let's say, and they are incredibly talented. Everything, the lyrics are amazing. Like there's a lot of really good music out there, but we just now have access to more bad.
Yeah.
But not everybody's going to be the super sleuth to find the good music anymore. So I don't know
Let's
that
take everyone's.
hold on. So it's not that I don't think like the consumer is dumber. I just think if you're not trying really, really, really hard, it is difficult to find the better music because the farm is overpopulated with fucking bullshit. You know what I mean?
Right,
Let's
Dan,
take.
you go. No, wait, let's Dan go first, then Cortez, then me.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
No, yeah, I completely agree with. I think that there is, specifically when we were talking about like pop music and like the 4-chord formula and what pop music is now, there is definitely like an oversaturation of one specific sound or one specific like thing that is just constantly getting spewed at you, to where then if you're looking at pop music objectively, then it's like, man, this is really kind of taken a dive from where we were. Like things, it's all so it's just so like conglomerized, and like everything is just so much the same. But like what you're saying, Mikey, is that which I agree with, is that there is so much more option now out there, and that you do have to do a little more digging, but that's also nice to be able to have that option to dig, like, because there are a ton of great new artists and musicians coming out all the time, even today, that are reshaping their genre or doing different things, or they don't even have to reinvent the wheel, but they'll put out something that is authentically theirs. And I think that there's good evidence for that too. And so like overall, I would say since the market is a lot more open, it can lead to a lot more trash on the surface. but if you sift through it, it kind of balances itself out more or less, to where, and it's just nice that there's so much more option, I think, for music listeners and people that want maybe something different, or they want to have more of the same, but just different bands and artists kind of doing that sound that they like.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I guess that's my 2 cents on it.
I mean, I'm gonna take something that you said and then throw my own spin on it towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
You have the artist that you mentioned earlier, Jartan, which is Lady Gaga. If you go pre 2009 Lady Gaga, she is nothing like post 2009 Lady Gaga, and the reason behind that was because she was making music that the label wanted her to make, and she was portraying the image they wanted her to portray. When she stepped outside her bag and started doing what she wanted to do, like, not saying that she wasn't a superstar already, because she already was a superstar. She already had 4 #1 hits by the time that she came out with everything weird that she did on the other album that I'm not going to mention because Lady Gaga, you're not giving me any revenue right now. But sorry about that. Sorry about that, girl. I still feel for you right here. That happens a lot when it comes to who you sign with. And I parlay this into everyone's favorite rapper, Lupe Fiasco, and how his music that he could have put out that we probably will never hear is I mean, me and Mike waited for what, 7 years for that album, Mike? We waited, I believe, 7 years for that album to drop. And he still got 2 more that he refuses to give us, which I have my own problems with that. But he's better than 99% of anything else that comes out in that genre. And we're probably never going to be able to hear it. And even the stuff that is better that's released, most people don't even know it exists. And he's mainstream.
Some people don't have it. I don't have it because that would mean I downloaded things illegally. So I wish I could hear it too.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So my point, the point that I was trying to that I want to make before we wrap this up is that, have you ever heard of the Jam study?
What's the Jam study,
Oh.
Kartan?
Okay, the Jam study is a study made somewhere in the 90s where they switched from having 6 different kinds of jam to having 24. And when they had 6 jars of jam, people were more likely to buy jam than if you had 24. And this has been replicated many times with ice cream, with different food items, which basically
Like
the
edibles?
theory behind this. What?
Like edibles? Like if I
I'm
have
afraid of needles, dude.
24 apps?
Shut up. Fuck.
Don't you? Hey, you need a needle for those, don't you?
And John said it happens in voting too.
So if you have too many choices, that does not always make you happier. It does not always make it easier for you to choose. So having multiple choices, the theory behind this is that having multiple choices is not always for the better. Right? It does not make it easier for you to choose, and it does not make you have a easier choice. Like if you had vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate ice cream in front of you, like, pretty easy to make a choice, isn't it? But if you have 16 flavors of gelato, 16 flavors of regular ice cream, 16 flavors of frozen yogurt in front of you, now all of a sudden we're up to 48 fucking flavors that you have to choose from. Like, what do you want? At some point you just go like, nah,
Yeah.
I can't decide. I'll just fuck off. I'll have a cup of coffee or something. I don't know.
There's a famous chain that did that. It was called 31 Flavors Baskin Robbins. They changed the name to just Baskin Robbins because 31 flavors. They had 31 flavors every single time you went in, and it was confusing.
Yeah.
First of all, fuck you, Cortez. That was my first fucking job over there
I
by
love
Food for
31
Less.
flavors.
That was my shit. I used to fucking hook motherfucker. Man, I was the best ice
Love
cream.
31 flavors.
I was the best ice cream scooper this side of Mississippi. I did my thing. I love me some Baskin Robbins. That was my first job at like 15. Oh, I
Love
was
me
so
some 31
proud of that
flavors,
$6 an hour I earned. Oh, so
I
proud.
still call it 31 flavors. That's how you know we old.
And then the second example that I'm going to make is when a famous interview with Frank Zappa, I think it's about 72, 73, around there somewhere, where he says that the reason we have a lot of good music was because back in the 60s, the guy sitting at the top of the record label, he said, I don't understand this music. But it's probably good for the kids. I'm gonna release it. So he released the album, and then it boom, like it just blew up. It was enormous. And then he was like, okay, I need to get one of these hippies in here to tell me how to do this again because I don't know. So he employed a hippie, and the hippie got a suit and a corner office. And now he knew everything about music, about good music, and he started telling people what good music was. So all these people in the in the executive positions in the record industry, they know everything. They know what good music is. They know what sells. They know what good pop music is. And I think Frank Zappa has a very good point here. I think that is pretty close to how it went. It was. I don't say it was better when it was, rich man at the top making all the moves. But we have also come to such a point where the people at the top don't have a like, let's wing it. Let's see if this works.
Mm-hmm.
Or they start just throwing money at things and then saying, well, someone told me this is going to work. So here's $100 million. Make it work.
Yeah.
Is it because you think then it's like as in terms of like how the record company or the like execs would think of it, like, is the margin of error just so slim then because there's so much money on the line that it's like we can't deviate from this cookie cutter kind of process of like here's the next pop artist. We know that because we've done the digital analytics or whatever. We've punched the numbers like this person's your next high seller, so we can't get away from this.
And not even to like clown anybody else, because whoever makes their bag, however they make it, do your fucking thing. But it is very often that artists and musicians are force-fed to us until they're popular. I'm not going to bring up Lizzo. No one cared about her. But all of a sudden, she has a tiny desk. She has 13,000 things on the internet, and now she has a Grammy. Several Grammys. It's like, now where the hell did you come from?
For what, though? Why does she have a Grammy? I still don't know why.
I mean, I listened to some of her music. It's good. It's not better.
It's got catchy tunes. It's got some of the tunes are catchy, but the music is.
It can be catchy, but you didn't beat everybody else in your category.
Thank
you. You were more popular than them, but no one knows why you're so popular. Like, no one knows how you blew up so fast. And in that corporate machine, those guys in suits they can take Brenna, put an auto-tune on her, give her a look, put $100 million behind her, and she will not miss. It is just set up in such a way with the way streaming works and the way that everything is calculated. Brenna wins every time. Like, you literally have no chance against her if you're a girl in her upstairs in her room just recording guitar and doing things herself. Like, no one will ever hear that. And Doorknob had a surprisingly succinct answer. It's usually something like sexual or some sort of innuendo. No, this was actually really good. I was surprised. Him said, I just lost it. And Doorknob says, signal to noise ratio issue. Reference finding the good music. And that's kind of what we were talking about before. It's like there's so much stuff out there now that it's making, instead of being its own signal, it's just providing noise to make the real signals hard to find. Well, Dan, you have been an excellent guest. Can we borrow you for a little bit of time in the after party? We're going to invite some people from the chat in, and they can all hang out and chat with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
But before we leave, because I'm going to do, I did intros, I'm going to do outros as well. Dan, would you? No. Put Dan on the big one.
Put Dan on.
Dan, would you mind reading us something out of your book?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, yes.
Sure.
Calm down, Brenna.
All right, so the book is in 3 sections. It's part 1 is in darkness, part 2 is in search, and part 3 is in freedom. What would you
Darkness,
like to
always darkness.
Darkness.
Darknesses. Darknesses.
Okay, let's find one.
That's one of my favorite British bands, The Darkness.
The Darkness. Yeah. Believe in a thing called love.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. Find it. Let's see. Trying to find a good one. Well, they're all good, of course.
Where there you go.
I can give you 2 because they're pretty quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
The first one is titled 2020, as if we haven't had enough of that. And here goes. Cancellation is in the air, a humorless snake charmer of distant stares. We all used to care. At least I think we all used to care. I guess I should never dare to provoke the cancellation in the air. Sometimes the world seems so square. To you and me, it's a disease of despair. Why can't we float to brand new affairs and bring the end of endless stairs? Or are we destined to stare at endless stairs? I can't explain why we used to care. Under siege of empty prayers, why not follow stringent squares to find the brighter side of rotten affairs? I hope we still possess the means to care. We must decide what it is out there. Determine a better path for all to prepare. Walk the lines, but not to ensnare. Follow truths instead of lies that ensnare. Trust your head when they say beware. Cancellation is in the air. I hope we still possess the means to There's that one.
What's the appropriate response after a poem is read? I feel like clapping is inappropriate. Snap,
guess,
snaps.
I
Do we
guess
do
you
the
do
snaps?
it. I guess you do what you want.
Yeah, let's do the snaps. Okay. I didn't know what my proper response was. Like social cue. Brain not fully equipped.
Act like you've been here, Mikey.
I don't know to hear.
And I'll do one more from. Let's do.
Jesus.
What is that?
Hounds of Hell.
Whose dog is that? Or is that a?
I think that's it.
That's my neighbor's giant German shepherds.
This one. Okay, this one is in the in search section, so kind of like in the middle. It's called Soon. Staring down the barrel of disaster, is this what death looks like? I never thought it'd look so clean. Hello there, I'll be with you soon. Screaming at the edge of salvation, is this what life sounds like? I never thought it'd sound so close. Hello there, I'll be with you soon. Sprinting through the fields of tomorrow, is this what time feels like? I never thought it'd feel so immediate. Hello there, I'll be with you soon. Spinning among the roses of yesterday, is this what love smells like? I never thought it'd smell so real. Hello there, I'll be with you soon. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, guys, this is it. This has been Ben. Episode 61, what could go wrong? And basically everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Except for Dan. Make sure that you go to Amazon.com and buy his new book, Rebirth.
Do it.
And